Hello and welcome to another Inkscape for Teachers tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to create a grid based on a single cell size. I'll scroll down and start from scratch. Let's start with the rectangle tool and draw the cell that we want. It could be anything, thin one, or be square, Control Shift to hold down to a square, constrain that to a square, or something like this. Anyway, let's go with that. Back to the select tool. What we need to do is duplicate it however many times we want it to go across, and if that was 10, I'll need 9 more duplications, so I'll go Control D 9 times. Control D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there should be 10 altogether. Now click away and then reselect, and what we want to do is bring up under Object, the Arrange menu, and don't worry about what it says here. Once you start clicking it'll rectify. Let's go down to one row, yes, one, and it knows there are 10 columns. Leave this reference point in here. You can play around with it if you want, but I always leave it centered, and these spacings should be 0. Now you might think, okay, click Arrange. I shouldn't yet, but I'll show you what happens if you do. If you do that, yes, it looks okay, but on closer inspection you can see we've got double borders here because the bounding boxes aren't actually coinciding. It's joining, or this 0 gap is between the edges of the strokes. So the way we get around that, I'll Control Z, is to remove the stroke, shift click this black cross here, and I'll give it a light grey fill so you can still see the cell. Okay, I think I did that for all of them, yeah. Now if I click Arrange and I zoom in, you can see they're aligned right on the bounding boxes. Now I want, say I wanted, well, let's go with 10 of these rows. Again I have to duplicate that 10 times, so Control D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, sorry, 9 times to make a total of 10. Click away, reselect. You can see now it's realising this 25 by 4, which is 100 cells, which is correct. If we want to bring it down to 10 rows, it'll adjust to 10 columns, and click Arrange, and there we have it. Now we don't want the grey, so or you might, but I'll take it out, clicking the red cross, and shift click black to give it a black stroke. I'll close this now and bring up the fill and stroke, Control Shift F menu, and I might want to drop that down to 0.2. I'll click it once. I did have trouble before in a practice code for this video. It wasn't going in 0.1 increments, but you can always type directly in 0.2 or whatever you want there. So there you can see we've got a nice grid based on an individual cell, and you can see that because I can drag them away. If you wanted to have an axis, you can use the Bezier pen tool, B, or a thicker axis. Start there. I'm snapping to cusp nodes, which is this icon here. So I'll click there, click on the corner, click over here, and then enter to finish. And so put in 0.5, you might want to go with that, that's fine. Make it 0.6, 0.7 if you want. 0.5 is okay. And while I'm there I might put an arrowhead on it, something like that. Looks okay. And down here. And back to the select tool. Actually N for the node tool if you want to, and Control drag if you want to drag that up a bit above the grid line. Click that one and Control drag if you need to. Back to the select tool, click away, and there you can see a nice neat grid. So that's one way to generate a grid. There are others, you can see some of my other videos for that, and they include under extensions, render, and we have Cartesian grid, I think it's under. It's escaping me for the moment. No, grids, and then Cartesian grid, and you can look under there for automatic creation of grids, but there are a lot of settings there, or just a simple grid there. But that doesn't always work as well as I would like. Anyway, full control over the cell size there produces quite a good grid. Once again, thanks for watching. Appreciate your company. Bye for now.